to the other debate that we are looking at. Ever since Droupadi Murmu was nominated as India's presidential candidate by the ruling party and its alliance partners, the opposition has lined up to discredit her. From calling her a dummy president candidate and a rubber stamp today, another insult was hurled at her. Congress Neta Ajoy Kumar said Droupadi Murmu represents an evil philosophy. The BJP took no time to slam the Congress party's mindset while demanding an apology. The JMM too said that Adivasis are real and indigenous philosophy of India and one should learn before commenting on people from this community. The outrage has prompted a clarification from the leader himself. Listen in to Ajoy Kumar of the Congress party.
She represents a very evil philosophy of India. So we should not mistake Draupadi, we should not make Droupadi Murmu ji as a symbol of Adivasi.
अमित मालविया जी बीजेपी के आईटी सेल के इंचार्ज हैं और वो डॉक्टर वीडियो भेज रहे हैं। बीजेपी सरकार, केंद्र सरकार में ये बाकी के ऊपर सभी के ऊपर हमला करते हैं कि ये डॉक्टर वीडियो केस करेंगे, जेल भेज देंगे। इन्हीं के आईटी हेड जो है उस वीडियो को डॉक्टर 1 मिनट का वीडियो को 17 सेकंड बना करके पूरी तरह से जो है झूठ फैलाने की कोशिश की।
So the legitimate question on the NewsHour tonight is maligning the rival only resort for the Congress party? That's the question and that's the debate. Murmu evil jive. That's the hashtag. And joining me along with Shehzad Poonawala, Dr. Anand Ranganathan and Tehseen Poonawala is Syed Faisal Ali, senior leader of the RJD. Ali साहब, evil philosophy है द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी की, कांग्रेस का ऐसा कहना है, क्या आप इससे सहमत हैं? Do you agree with this?
See, as for what the Congress spokesman has said, it's Tehseen Poonawala's call, he will reply. But as far as Murmu is concerned, I think why BJP has chosen Murmu as candidate, we should debate on that. I have heard Dr. Ajoy Kumar saying that he didn't mean to hurt Droupadi Murmu. Simply he wanted to say that the philosophy or the party which she belongs to or the party which has propped up her up for the top job is evil. That is point number one. Secondly, everybody knows that Droupadi Murmu was a desperate choice of the Bharatiya Janata Party to win presidential race. We all know that BJP was short of numbers.
Why are you calling her desperate choice?
Of course, number was not. Navika, you also know that they were short of votes. And Mr. Naveen Patnaik was not opening his cards. Nitish Kumar was also very keeping quiet. So this was not sure that if they are putting any other candidate, he or she will win.
All right, Shehzad Poonawala, desperate choice because you did not have the numbers.
Assembly election dues.
Okay. Navika, first of all, if a tree is poisoned, the fruits can't be good. So if the fruit is good, the tree has to also be good. Secondly, look at the mindset of the Congress party. This is the Congress party that denied Ambedkar ji. They made him lose elections when he was alive. Please, Mr. Ali, I'm speaking about Congress. Why are you interrupting? Have you done an alliance in Bihar with them? Then please don't interrupt. Congress party defeated Ambedkar ji twice while he was alive. Congress party denied him the Bharat Ratna for 40 years. Congress party, in fact, the highest number of rapes against SC/STs in the Congress-ruled state of Rajasthan, one of the highest. Mr. Ashok Gehlot comes out and says that these rape cases are fake. They called Ramnath Kovind ji deaf and dumb. They've called Droupadi Murmu ji from their official handle of Puducherry Congress that she is a dummy candidate. Yashwant Sinha has called her a remote control candidate. So time and again they've abused scheduled caste, scheduled tribes. In fact, they've even denied Bhagwan Birsa Munda his due place in history for so many decades because they had to do Mahima Mandan of just one family, and therefore this is their reality. Today, this is the reality of the Congress party. They have insulted not just one Droupadi Murmu ji, but they have insulted the entire women, they have insulted the tribal community, they have insulted all the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and even the OBC community. They abuse the Prime Minister, who is an OBC, on his caste daily. They've called him Neech, they've called him Gangu Teli. So this is the mindset which is Adivasi Virodi, Dalit Virodi, OBC Virodi, and this has been reflected. And therefore, for 70 years, they denied this community their rights. They've denied it only for one family. And I want to ask them today that why is it that the first woman tribal precedent when she was the longest serving Jharkhand governor. She was 2 times MLA. She rose up from the grassroots. She won the election at the grassroots level. Does that represent an evil philosophy? She challenged socio-economic circumstances, even her own personal circumstances, and rose to the top. Is that evil for the Congress?
What is the evil philosophy? And number 2, the question raised by Mr. Ali. Where is the shortage of numbers? JMM has gone. Alliance with the Congress party has gone on to support Murmu ji. Number 2, 1 minute Ali Saab. Shiv Sena of Uddhav Thackeray fame, alliance with you till some days ago has gone and supported Murmu ji. Naveen Patnaik, Murmu supporting. Jagan Reddy, part of the Congress at one time, now supporting Murmu ji. Where is the problem on numbers as well? Is the problem with the mindset of the Congress?
I just hope I'm not interrupted by my fellow panelists. Just 3 or 4 very quick points. A, I am on record saying this very clearly about Ajoy ji. The entire bite of Ajoy ji, and he says Draupadi ji is a very good candidate, as is Yashwant ji. However, she represents the BJP, which is a poisonous mindset, or whatever that he said. That was the mindset word that he used. Evil mindset. I'm sorry, but he said that she's a very good candidate. He's on record saying that. So it's not becoming of a national party to edit videos and put that way. Having said that, please, Shehzad, don't interrupt me. Allow me to make my points.
There is no editing.
I'll talk about
very clearly.
He said it, and please play the full video. But you can interrupt me after I finish. Please allow me to finish. I have 2 questions, and I'll end out here. The BJP refused to support K.R. Narayanan, who was the first Dalit president of India. Are they anti-Dalit? The BJP voted against Pratibha Patil ji, the first woman president of India. Are they anti-women? The BJP voted against Sangma ji, the first tribal speaker. Are they anti-tribals? Under the BJP, the NCRB data as of last week, Times of India says the crimes against SC/ST fellow citizens have gone up by 10.7%. The highest crimes being in UP and MP. Are they anti-SC/ST? So the fact is the BJP does nothing but comes on television and just wants to edit videos. Please play out the entire video.
And you are saying that evil philosophy is just part of politics.
It's part of the BJP's politics.
First of all, he did not compliment Draupadi ji.
He did. He did, sir.
He did not say she's a good candidate. He said she's okay, but she represents an evil philosophy, and I'm quoting him. She represents an evil philosophy, and she does not represent the Adivasis. I can make you hear it for the shortage of time, and Anand.
He said that she's
the bite. And secondly, can I please ask, if they are so much in favor of scheduled tribes, then they're first of all, it's not about the numbers. I don't even think Mr. Faisal Ali knows how many numbers are required to make a person a president. But that aside, the fact of the matter is that today they are on the wrong side of history. Even their own allies are supporting this.
Why did you vote against K.R. Narayanan, a Dalit president? Why did you vote against Pratibha Patil?
Dr. Anand Ranganathan, I want to ask you, evil philosophy, associating that with Murmu, is that a desperate Congress doing that? Because frankly, they don't matter. They don't matter in the country. 17 states, they do not have a Rajya Sabha member of parliament, and their numbers, are dwindling in both houses, and the states that they control also dwindling in that same speed. I want to ask you, is this totally desperate?
Navika, you know this, that right now tonight on the debate there are 3 blood brothers. There is Anand, there is Shehzad, and there is Tehseen. Unfortunately, Shehzad and Tehseen are in the studio, and they are grabbing most of the time. So can I please request my other 2 brothers
30 seconds,
to
Anand,
please
I'm
allow
running
me at
out
least
of
a minute
time.
this time. I know both of you are in studio and you cannot be. Okay, so 30 seconds is the attack by the Congress on the presidential candidate Navika, Ms. Droupadi ji, is vile and totally reprehensible, and entirely in keeping with their lack of intelligence and abundance of mediocrity and servitude towards the dynasty. They simply cannot understand how one tribal woman can reach to the very top purely through her hard work and perseverance. But the vileness of the attack has, I must admit, even taken me by surprise. The pretense is all gone now, Navika. So is the political correctness. That anyway for the Congress was a thin veneer to begin with. That the Honorable Draupadi is a tribal, that she is a woman, that she has reached where she has purely on merit, is of no consequence to these dynasty lapdogs, because they are associated her with, now what they say, quote unquote, evil philosophy. Do they mean Hindutva? If they do, then this is psychopathy topped up with profound ignorance. क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग?
Absolutely. Is the Congress party completely out of sync? And is this right for them to say about a woman who has risen up the ranks on her own merit, come through elections time to time, has a great record of governance, and is standing to represent a country of 135 crore people, being called somebody who follows evil philosophy or represents evil philosophy? Well, is that the bankruptcy of the Congress party, many will ask tonight? That's the question. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on the NewsHour tonight, and thank you to all my panelists as well. Good night, be safe.